Hello, hello. It's Friday. I love that song. I'll have to let that song almost play every single time at the start because it's just so nice. Let's, however, not use that one. Oh god, that's loud as hell. Sorry, I might have just killed everyone's ears then. Ah! How's that? I think that's okay. How's that sound compared to my voice? Is it too loud? Too quiet? Yeah. Hello. Cake here. Jira. Soru. Sayori. King. Welcome, welcome. Paint, please. Do all the models. I'll paint as much as I can. I'll try. Yeah, it's Friday, so we can all chill. Right. I've got my weapons of choice. Let's see what happens when I press this button. And so this is all blurry, but as the hand moves up, it should get more clear. Like that. Yeah, blurry and then clear. Something like that. But yeah, we're going to paint. Speaking of paints, what do I need to do? I'm not sure actually. And sounding vibrant. Thank you. Thank you very much. Right, let me. Yeah, I'll need corn red and go flesh. I'm gonna need some administratum grey. What else do I need? Can do it, brain. The towelite ochre, touch ups, iron hand steel. Need my crack blue if I get that. What else do I need? Go to steel colors. I will wait for. Here's my Mechanica standard grid. There it is. It's hiding. Could be everything. So what we're going to be doing today is trying to finish off these guys, which are my heavy intercessors, and then because the poll on Twitter got a tie, I'm going to be painting Bannerman, who is probably going to be hard for people to see because the light is this way and the banner hides him. He's like Batman. So we're going to have him to do. Not sure what I'm going to do in the middle. I may try freehand something, but we'll see. The fat intercessors. He's hiding. He is. He's a bit of a shy boy. I'm not sure what to actually do the banner color either. But yeah, we will get started. I'm going to, I think, start with him. And the question is, do I do the banner the armor color or do I do the banner a different color? Because I'm not sure. Personally, I could go either way. I'll get my Mechanica standard grey going. So my paint shaker vibrates the entire table. Banners scare me too much. I struggle even with Stormcast flags. Oh wow, look at that. Look at that. Kind of weird. Let me shake that up some more. don't think that was shaken up enough. Banners. I've never really done banners. The first banner I did was that Primaris Ancient, which is a banner, but it's kind of a big gold pole with a skeleton on it. Really shaking this paint up. Wardhams. No, not Matt Wardhams. Right. Has this been shaken up enough? I don't know why, but some of these feel like they never have enough paint in them. Warhammer 50D. Do Warhammer 50D. Right. Paint. Brush, which I already had to... This brush, which comes from this set of paints that Saru got me off of my throne. This entire metal bit came off, and I had to superglue it. Which was a little annoying, but it is what it is. Quality brush. I mean, so far these brushes are actually nice. It just fell off, that's all. That's all. I guess I'm going to start on the back. I'll do all the grey. And then I need to decide the banner colour. Which is why I'm avoiding doing the banner right now, because I don't know what colour I want the banner to be. Let's just move all of that slightly this way. These boots are super good. Shame the soles keep falling off. Funny how that works, isn't it? If only they wouldn't stop falling to bits. Right, I think I'm pretty much see. I've got to teach myself to paint so that you guys can actually see what I'm doing. It's going to be interesting. I also need to see what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm trying to keep things a bit more in focus today rather than what I've been doing previously. Paint on them? Get him paint now. Need for this. Never looked on underneath. Right. It would have more light, but one of my lights is broken, so that was a bit of a pain. I remember last stream the redeem I'm not allowed to redeem was redeemed and you didn't say the thing. I didn't say the thing, that's quite right. Because you'd all heard it like a million times already. Oh, that is the top of it. Okay. From what I've been led to believe, these are the very early sculpts of the Primaris that I've got. Some of these, so they're not as punchy. Light, can you maybe turn that way so I can see what I'm doing? Okay, thanks. hopefully you guys can roughly see what I'm doing. Yeah, how's everyone's Friday going so far? Going well, I hope. Chimerosculpts don't really evolve. I picked up some of the t-shirt cannon boys, and they aren't really too different from the intercessors other than a few small bits and bobs. I have sauntered and I am full of food. Now coffee. Coffee at this point in the day? Are you sure about that? Is that wise? Feels. Try and keep it focused with the camera as well. Going well. Winter Gatten released a music box yesterday, and I've been messing around with it. What is Winter Gatten? I'm not sure what that is. T-shirt cannons are a very stiff kit too. Stiff as in like the poses are like really tight together, or? And you've been working on some art today. Cool. I saw the sketch you did yesterday in my server. Thank you again for that. With your incredibly cute art. Why do I feel like this Mechanicus Standard Grey is like a lot more thicker and stickier than the last batch I had? I know it's a base paint, but still. I expect my paint to actually move. Definitely. Yeah. Ideally, I would have had a ring light, but did you just stop music? Did you maybe not? Thank you. Yeah, I used to have a ring light, but it broke because it seems like 99% of ring lights on Amazon are actually cheap. Shocker right there. And I don't actually know what is a good one. Can't change the pose too much. Everybody is meant to work with that gun in the exact pose. Otherwise, a wire or ammo belt doesn't fit, or your one pose option is gun held up or gun held down on the leader. That kind of sucks. Although that seems to be the way that VW's kits have been going recently, where there's less option to pose them yourselves, and then generally the models you get are dynamic. Well, the poses are supposed to be like more dynamic, or they'll be set in certain ways that you couldn't normally do it with the normal shooters. What's this quickly? Got like a bajillion things screaming at me. let that. So look. Yep, I just put them on Mark 6 Marines, but I feel like I've got to warn people who are thinking of buying them. That particular kit, I'm not really asked about buying because, oh wow, this thing is really thick. Oh, they're the ball bearings. Well, they're not ball bearings, they're plastic balls. Why is this paint so thick? That particular kit I'm not too bothered about. They're apparently pretty good in 9th edition, just because of the indirect fire rule. So apparently you can indirect fire and do some very cheeky things. How am I supposed to be? Let alone you guys see what I'm doing. Ah. I'm like painting so awkwardly. I suppose that's the main thing. Mushrooms. Oh, the mushrooms on the picture, yeah. The nuclear mushrooms in Infra. And the plot to destroy the city. It's kind of weird. In a good way, but it's weird. The new kit I'm actually tempted to buy, purely based on looks, is the new Lion kit. And I'm not a Dark Angels player at all, but it just looks like a really nice kit to put together. Normally, I think that dude finds himself in some strange situations. He really does. Half the situations I put him in, half the situations he's destroying everything himself. Should get some mushrooms for their base. Ooh. I could. I think GSW actually sells a pack of resin mushrooms that you can stick on mini bases. I'd have to check, but I'm sure I've seen them on there. Nature stuff too. Well, I do have a lot of base cover stuff. Mainly due to my indecision of deciding what kind of bases I actually want on my base. Cool, I love mushrooms. Let me check. Yeah. Right, you get out of my way. This is the only problem with hiding the keyboard underneath something. There we go. Look. Oh yeah, I can. Let's... 3 different types. That So there's one set that pretty much looks like the ones in Infra. Them not so much. Them not so much. Oh, okay. That's not too bad. And the price is decent, $3.69 for a pack of like 33. And there's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different types. That's not too bad. Epic Basing, no. Green Stuff World. Epic Basing? I've not heard of that one, though. Is that stateside one? Got a bunch of beams and bits for my marines. They aren't scaled perfectly for them, but I use that as marines are big. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. I know I want to pick up some plasticard, but I don't actually know where to buy it from. Because you can get like plasticard sheets that are textured with like brick. You can get them plain. You can get tubes. You can even get like plasticard I-beams, which I thought was pretty cool when I came across them. But it's just, where'd you buy all this stuff from? Yeah, if you're ever wondering, just Google plasticard, and you'll find a bunch of stuff that it's pre-made into. I know Orc players use it a lot for, you know, kit bashing and stuff, for like making armor plates, and you can cut, I think you can either get tubes of plasticard or you can get solid rods of plasticard, and you can literally cut them up and make them into rivets and things like that. Which is cool. I do apologize for the dude being all over the place. Ain't where it needs. Do 2 coats of this stuff, so as long as I get most of it covered, it's fine. Something I don't know yet. What is the slogan / battle cry of the Dragon Knights? Their battle cry is "Let stone quake under our fire." Which I thought was a pretty neat one myself. Yeah, why not? It sounds cool. Yeah, they're an Imperial Fist successor chapter. And at the time I made them, Richter 8 Quake, bloody hell. What's the difference between the Richter... is there a difference between the Richter scale and a magnitude? Because, like, usually when you see the earthquakes in Japan, they say, oh, it was like a magnitude 7 earthquake, but isn't the Richter scale something similar but different still? I spill water. Yeah. Dragon Knight's cool. Yeah, I put a lot of effort into them. Oh, Richter equals magnitude. Okay. Yeah, when I, like I was saying, when I first made them, I was just starting to play Dark Heresy 2nd Edition, coming from Dark Heresy 1st Edition. And I ended up basing them in the Askillan sector, which is the sector for Dark Heresy 2nd. And they are a standing force to keep the peace. And the Eldar don't like them. Because what I did to help me come up with some of their lore is... in the Deathwatch book from Final Fantasy games, I think it's called Rites of Battle, there's like a custom chapter maker. And I used that to roll some random heroes and some random tables and things like that to come up with them. And one of the things I got was that the chapter master attacked an Eldar craft. What? It's not called a craft world. What's the big flying ships the Eldar have? Like the moving. Yeah. Oh, it is a craft world. Yeah, they attacked a craft world ship, caused grievous harm, and then ran away. So the Eldar don't like the Dragon Knights. And then another one I did was it was an apothecary that was the bane of orcs. Which sounds funny to me. So I kept that one because I love my apothecaries. I think they're really fun. And if the 10th edition announcement trailer is anything to go by, we're going to get a heavy intercessor apothecary. Oh, sorry, an apothecary in Gravis armor. And if that happens, I'm going to buy it. I might buy 2. And then, as far as their homeworld goes, it's called Scylla, and it's a feudal world. And because it's an imperial world, it's in a constant state of war, which is how they pick the best warriors to become Space Marines. Painting my apothecary red so people don't see the blood on him. Yeah, if you look at the 10th edition announcement trailer, Johnny, have a look carefully when it shows the apothecary, because you know how these guys have got the cowl on them? He has a cowl right over. The only thing that throws it off is the power pack he has doesn't look like a heavy intercessor power pack or a Gravis power pack. It looks like a normal apothecary one. But I do really, really hope we get a Gravis apothecary. Because I like my chonky Marines. I need to clean that up quickly before it dries. Saved. Yeah, new brush that I'm learning to use because, well, I say learning to use because the brushes I used to use, or I still use them a little bit, they have a very thin tip, whereas this one's a lot longer. So it's learning to use these from using something that's got a smaller tip. There we go. And just because I want to make sure everything's working here. Going to Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Wah. Okay, it does work.
Wow.
Yep, we're good. Hydrate, I can do that.
Quack.
Whack. And I have hydrated, thank you. You're right, his pack is also sitting up higher on his body. The normal Primaris Apothecary has a backpack sitting low within it. Yeah, hold on, I'll show you. Because I did an apothecary myself, so it does sit lower, like you said. I don't know why, out of everything, I chose to start with an apothecary getting back into the hobby, but I did. And I think it came out really nice, to be honest. So I saw somebody somebody did a tutorial on their apothecary, and I'm like, well, I wanna try painting white, and the best way I figured to do it is Corex white, and then go over it with apothecary white contrast, and then you can start doing highlights and things like that. They've got a little grass tuft on it and everything. But yeah, really happy with this guy. That was the banner one that I did, Johnny. That's the only banner one I've done. Other than the guy I'm doing now. If I could have an army of apothecaries, I would. I really would. Alright, I forgot to turn that on. Whoops. Quickly, now that I've... I like the different purity seal colors. Yes, so I found somebody on YouTube. I think he's called Bolton Chainsaw, something like that, and he had a tutorial on doing red parchment for purity seals, and I really loved the idea of that, so that's what I've gone for. And yeah, like it came out fantastic, I think. Especially if you do the normal purity seal parchment color as well. I just really liked the idea of it. Do it on this guy as well. Yeah, like I did normal purity seal on him, but I did like a little red one down there. I'm really looking forward to playing Warhammer. That's all I can say. Like, I'm ready to play Warhammer now. Purity seals are always such a difficult case. They need a little bit of writing. Yeah, so I tried okay. So on his arm there, it's hard to see because of the light. The light's not going to let me show it properly. I have tried to do scripture, yeah, but it's really hard to see it, and it didn't come out great. So I'm worried to do scripture on like the other parts, because I don't think it came out as well as it could have. It's something I need to practice. That's why everywhere I've put purity seals so far, I've not done any of the parchment. So I've seen Rhinox hide used for the color on normal parchment, and then I've seen white being used on the red ones that I've got. little bit of wrapping that's like it mixing it up. I do black paper for mine, like it's blacked out to secret. Ooh. Frodo Baggins, keep your secrets. Right. This isn't the right mechanic as standard grey, is it? I know what I've done. Oh no. That's fine. That's my old mechanic as standard grey that I've just been using. That's my new one that I should be using. This one has had some pouring medium put into it as a test. Because I was almost this is almost an empty pot, and it makes it a bit more glossy. So whoops! I'm glad I figured out that mistake now instead of later. Alright, let's mix up the normal one. Did you pass the test? I passed the test. It's like, I should have realised that it looked different. Like, that's much better. I know you can't see it clearly, but... Dark Angel successor, so many secrets. Might stab a few like Templars. Nothing wrong with doing that. Oh yeah, this is way better to use. Huh? Yeah, if anyone has suggestions for the actual main colour of the banner, let me know. Otherwise I'm thinking it might be just the armor color. I can't think what else to do it. Gliding on now. Now we're cooking. Sort of. I guess think about the origin of the banner colour. Is it from their own chapter or from another they received surplus? From when they were first founded. That's true. Army colours would look nice. Army colours could look nice, because yeah, you could do it the main armor colour, which is grey, or you could do it, say, the orange colour as well. I am interested in the idea that it came from maybe the Imperial Fists. Not a bad idea. Considering it's Primaris, though, I might have it be from the chapter. Tactical camo. Ignore me and my gymnastic hands. Trying to find the best way to try and see the mini while hopefully showing you guys what it is. I don't think I'm doing a very good job at the minute, but that's okay. Are they an Indomitus founding? No, they were during the Cursed founding, which I think was the 33rd millennium. That's when a lot of chapters had extremely bad luck, turned traitor, or were just otherwise wiped out for unknown and mysterious reasons. Or become Lamentus. Oh, the Lamentus from the Cursed founding as well? Oh, okay. Yeah, because I went through every single chapter that was made during the Cursed founding, and very few still exist that aren't either traitor or just wiped out. Which is kind of sad, really. It sounds like such an interesting founding just because of all the mishaps and weirdness. I need to get that part of the face. Let's get a bit more grey. I don't want to do a tactical camo like banner. I don't think I could actually do a camo pattern justice, to be honest. Not something I've had to try yet. We're back a few minutes. Okie dokie, no worries. The Cursed Founding is a part of a series of Mechanicus trying to fix or improve things. It always curses it. Ah, okay. Yeah, the Dragon Knights, I rolled for their gene seed to see if it was changed at all, and their gene seed was modified and fixed. So, because I think the Imperial Fists don't have, is it called the Betulus gland or something like that? Whereas, which I think is the acid spitting gland they use, and then these guys do have that. So fun coming up with all of this stuff. Main armor except the power pack and the arms, so I'll do that in a second. Something like that. They're starting to lose organs as time goes on. Fists are one of the more corroded gene seed. Funnily enough, most pure gene seed is the most pure gene seed is Cruz, then Gilliman. Really? That's Kez is dead though, right? Because he's a traitor boy. Kez is mega dead. Is he the one that let the assassin kill him? Am I thinking that right? Right. He's the only Primarch that was killed by a human, and only because he allowed himself to die. But they're just gonna clone him, it's fine. There's a soul might be in a soul stone. Oh boy. That's a plot twist. And then you've got the dude, Fabius Bile. The most hated, one of the most hated space marines. Who thinks he can do... Oh, what was it? He made a perfect clone of one of the Primarchs, I think. Oh, it was Fulgrim. I think he made a clone of Fulgrim. With all these memories and stuff. And he was like absolutely mega sad that he turned traitor and or something like that. It was cool. Like this clone of Fulgrim was like, oh no, I've really messed up. He made clones of Ferrus Manus, Horus, and Fulgrim. What were his goals with that? We need more Primarch clones. Honestly, clones of Primarchs would fix the big problem of they're all dead. It's his hobby. An army of Primarchs. Rupert, that sounds really scary. Oh, so what are you fielding today, Timmy? Well, I'm fielding Horus with 3 Fulgrims and a Ferrus Manus. Horus because he could, Ferrus because Fulgrim had a hobby of trying to turn Ferrus traitor but kept failing. Fulgrim because I guess he won. You not just field 3 Horuses? I don't know the rules for Horus Heresy, but I'm pretty sure you can only have a single version of a Primarch. Bile is one of the most insane figures in Warhammer. He's the last believer of Imperial truth and has literally turned down Avatar of Slaanesh. Was having a heart attack from just the presence of it, and still he was like, you're not a god. Homebrew Wars. 5 Horuses versus a normal army. Who will win? Isn't it that Fabius Bile has to keep putting his body in a clone of itself because of something wrong with the gene seed or something? I think. So he has to keep, like, body jumping. he needs constant chemicals because he himself up, and he has like an unlimited amount of clones. Imperium thinks they've killed him several times, and it's always a clone. Makes you wonder: does the original still exist? So I know he can jump his consciousness. He's done like I'm pretty sure that's what I read. It's like a consciousness transfer with like warp fuckery. No idea. That's fair. I end up going on binges, reading a lot of the Lexicanium lore and stuff that just takes my fancy sometimes. Like, ooh, I want to learn about this guy. Ooh, I want to learn about that guy. Ooh, I'll click this as well. And it's like, it's just a rabbit hole that you end up going down and reading things. Hello, Rebel! Oh, that way. That way works. Or that way. How are you doing? Not a problem. Yeah, we are just doing some painting today. Just thought I'd have a nice chill stream. Try and paint on camera, and probably not doing the best job, but hey, it works. I try and do really awkward angles to paint things. Because I can. I have to try and, like I said earlier in the stream, I need another light because just this one isn't good enough. Went to work and the manager called me at work to tell me I had the day off and they couldn't give me the shift I was supposed to have today. Told me to go home. Oh, okay. I suppose that's not too bad. An extra day free to do things. I like massive long brushes, but I understand that it helps not. Power pack to do. Well, and then I'll do the arms, and then I'll move on to the interstices, I guess. Yeah, it's something I wasn't really sure about doing, because I did actually start on Twitch doing painting first before I became a VTuber and appeared on the interweb. And I'd always been interested in doing it again on stream, but I just wasn't sure. I definitely do need to get a better camera. But yeah, I've done it. It's gone well the past couple of times I've streamed like this. So I can't really complain. Be nice. I need my cats to get off my Terminator. They're so sleepy. Just give your cats the paintbrush, Johnny. They'll do it for you. You take the day off. Leave it to your cats. What's the worst that could happen? But they're on break. Tell them break's finished. There we go. Now, arms. It's time for the arms. Let's call on your shipping. Right, I'll have that after the stream. Kickstarted what that was. I kickstarted something called Kingdoms and Warfare by Matt Provell, and it kickstarted I think in November or December of 2019. And it was going to be shipped out. Everybody would have it by, I think, it's going to be March 2020. But we all know what happened in 2020. So it's been 3 years waiting for what I successfully kickstarted. I didn't just get the book. I got like a bunch of miniatures and extras with it as well. And I wanted a signed copy this time, so I got that too. So I just need to update that. Well, I need to make sure that my shipping address is sorted because it looks like it's going to get shipped. Finally. And then we'll have some dragon models to show you because I got some dragons. With my Dragon Knight. Sometimes I end up just painting bits that I know people will never see, but because I know it's not painted, I want it painted. And I don't know why I'm like, damn. I go crazy with small details no one will see. I paint the inside of my portrait. I try to as well. Like on... You see it? Can't really see it on this guy. No, you can't really see it. But this guy's arms fell off after I'd stuck them on. So I decided to paint them before I stuck them back on. And I did all the inside of the pauldron. I don't paint the underneath where the glue's going to go, but I paint the... Not really. I don't have a good example. But I do paint the inside when and where I can because I need it to have color because I can see it. I'm painting where the glue goes. Wait, no, why? Why are you doing that though? You don't need to paint the glue. you could one up yourself and mix the paint with the glue. So you're painting while you're gluing. Perfect idea. What could go wrong? Probably something, so don't do that. I imagine it won't end well. Do that for my Stormcast bases. Mix wood glue and modern earth. I mean, that's not a bad thing, because wood glue is like a wood version of EVA glue, I think. Right, let me just try and get another light on in here, because it's starting to drive me crazy. You know what? That helped not whatsoever. Do have a mini portable light there, so maybe we can see it a bit better. Sort of. It's gonna need to be like here and blinding me. Wood glue is basically stronger PVA, if I recall. I honestly have no idea. But if that's the case, then there you go. Its arm now. As you can tell, I'm not the build. That's try to be. By gum, it's not a race. It was, I'd always be fast. Just make sure I shake the mouse, because even though I've tried the add-on apps that make it so YouTube continuously plays and doesn't pause after 30 minutes and say, "Are you still there?" Yeah, it still does it, and it's super. Should eventually walk up for Spotify Premium, because that lets you play ad-free for everything that I use on it. But we'll see how far I get. What I'm doing right now is perfectly fine. Mostly okay. As well. Okay. No easy way of that I need to paint. Actually, right, and that's the first coat of grey on him. He'll get a second coat before I do the orange. Still a minute arguing about that. I'm gonna do this. I need like a mini keyboard. There we go. Space Marine banner. How about a red banner with cream details? Like do the like how you did the purity seals. I could. Yeah. It would be different, that's for sure. I'm just looking at like Space Marine banners on the Giggles. And mostly the main armor color of the Legion or chapter. We're going standard. Always nice, makes you think of Coca-Cola. No, I don't want Coca-Cola Marines. That would be terrible. Coca-Cola Marines. Pepsi Marine. I'd do a Pepsi Man Marine. Because that'd just be funny. Oh, there's a bit of grey I've missed there. I'll do that. I suppose I could just leave the banner colour as is for now and think about it rather than make a decision this second. I know once I commit to it, that's it. There is no going back. Painting it. Okay. That's that guy. So we will switch to Come off. Next. Like loading a cartridge. Right, these guys are going to get some Iron Hands Steep. Which is a steel I've really fallen in love with, because I like Lead Belcher, but this stuff is just yes. Right, and I'm not using those, I'm using a synthetic brush instead. Are any of you guys hovering along at the same time? Out of curiosity. Doing a bit of green stuff, filling at the minute for my Terminators and Dreadnought. Very cool. But that's coming out well, because I know you showed the Terminators before, and I mean, they're pretty cool. The Chaosed Terminators. Just such a cool idea. Let's have a check. Ah, that's sure cats, Johnny. I just saw in Pet's Corner now. Ah, they're sleepy. Cute. Because I thought they'd never update the Terminators, and then they updated the Terminators. They did it just to smite you. Yep, specifically, sorry, they went, this man, he spent some time making these Terminators look less chaos. Let's update our Terminators. That would be so mean. I've messed that brush. I never paint in a way that's probably normal, but that's fine. No one else. He bought the wrong Terminators. Design team, get to work. See, it is funny that you've said that. Not because I think that's happened, but like things in the past, it's like, I bet it's going to be this, or I bet it's going to be that, and then it's as if they were listening, because then the exact thing that I'd mentioned or someone else had mentioned happens. It's like, oh, well, we were either really good at guessing, or they were listening somehow. Oh. Then it's like cue X-Files conspiracy music. not too fussed about being overly neat with the silver, because while I've done Blood Angels red on the guns, I've done that literally just to get some color on them, but also to do all the recesses, so as long as I don't mess up the recesses, because I'm going to paint over it with corn red. I think that's what I do my guns with. I do corn red for my guns and red trim, and then I do, for the red purity seals, I do Mephiston red as the main color. It's the longest bit. Ew. And it looks nice already, just getting some different color on it. How long did it take me to get used to the grabber? Pretty not too long, because like I started with this one, which is Citadel's original grabber, because the new one looks like a certain item that I won't mention. And this one, it's not too bad to use. You can grip it like this, and you can kind of, you know, get a lot of your movements and things like that. And this actually has magnets in it, which is pretty nice. So for when you want to, no, that's not magnetic. It's either magnets or it's just metal rod. But yeah, this one was nice. And then this one, which is made by a gentleman called Garfy on Twitter. He sells these on eBay. These are 3D printed, these ones. So it comes in two halves, and you just insert a little spring down there, and then you have these orange bits come in different sizes. Like this is for the larger bases. That's for my lights. Like that one is for 32mm bases. I've got one for 25mm bases. And then I think I've got one for 28mm. But yeah, he's done all different sizes of these. You just have to swap those out. But this one, it's a bit different because it feels better to grip, because it's more like you're gripping a stick. So I grip it with, you know, like that, with your index finger on this indented bit. But no, it's good. I'd say this is probably the best one to start with, because you can very quickly just figure out how you like to hold it. And with this one, you can really just hold it any way you want. And then it's got a hand guard so that you don't, you know, put your hand on the mini or it like touches anything else. So it's good. Because this bit broke after about a year of use, and he was very kind enough to send me a replacement at no additional cost. So props to him for doing that. So I'll always give him a shout out. What is he called on Twitter? I'm actually going to go find it now. He is. His Twitter handle is @GarfyTwit. So I can just pop that in chat actually. That way. Yeah, so that's his Twitter handle if you want to check him out. He does all sorts of paint. He does painting and stuff as well. But yeah, he sells these paint handles. So yeah, check him out. But yeah, how long did it take? I want to say like maybe a couple of weeks, really, just to get really, really used to it. But like I said, definitely one I'd recommend. Probably should have just put a page rather than his handle, shouldn't I? So, yeah, because I took a picture and I tweeted, oh, you know, this is broke after a year, and then when one of my other friends messaged him in saying, oh, is there anything you can do about it? And he was like, he added me. We exchanged a couple of DMs, and within like 24 hours, he'd got it in the post, and I'd got it within like 2 or 3 days after that. So yeah. It always surprises me when people are super nice on the internet, because I am, and I'm not used to it. So I need to get those bits back if I get to, then not used to nice people on the internet, you say? Yeah. No, don't do that. That's not what I meant, and you know it. Arm your wallet. Sure, it's been burning recently. Going, please, Saru, don't do this. As long as this silver there, it's fine. I'm just buy more, and your wallet's like, no, Saru, no. Don't spend more money. But no, seriously, you're fine. It always helps me to helps around your base matches, your minis. I suppose that does kind of help in a way, doesn't it? It looks like I got it this specific color for a reason. I've always been in two minds what to actually paint the rims of my bases, because traditionally I've done it Chaos Black, but then I've also done it, I think, a tan or a khaki color before, and that's looked quite nice. But I think I think it depends on what you do for the base. Like if it's city, rubble, and ruins, I'd probably do it like a grey, or I may just typically, because like I painted the rim of his black, which sort of works for what he's got on the base, because let me grab that. I was using some of this black mud as a test, and I think it's come out nice. But then that's a base I've done recently just as a tester. So obviously I've done green stuff cobblestone. I use sprue as like the pavement edge. I hate the color for the sprue, so that should be like more a concretey color. And then I've got the European mud texture as well, which I think still looks nice. There's a better picture in it. There's a better picture of it on my Twitter. I just flail it around. One of my friends thought it was a really jank-looking pie when they saw it on Twitter, which made me laugh. Welcome back, Sayori, with your fire. Back just in time to see mud. Yes. I've just been using a lot of Astra granite and slate for basing. I've got loads of slate, and the reason I've been looking through like the Vallejo products for texture is I can get, I think one of those tubs is something like price wise you can get, it's silly. It's like for the amount you get, it's, yeah, words. I can't words right now. But yeah, I've got those. I've got like slate. I've got you know, rubbles and all sorts of things. But Astro Granite was one of my initial thoughts for basing. But like when your minis are vibrantly coloured like this, where you've got the grey and the orange, it's really hard to decide what to put on the base itself. I've got some like light and dark burnt tufts because I think they'll go nicely, and then it's just figuring out if I want more of a medieval look with like the cobblestone, or whether I just want like rubble. But I just want something a bit more variation. I can see it. If I can see it, then that means somebody else can see it. That means I need to paint. Can't see what I'm doing because it's so awkward to actually do. Trust me, when I get a proper camera to be able to zoom in and focus and all that jazz, it's gonna be great. What came out? Wait, no, I'm not done. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm not done. That's just the silver on the gun. I need to do the silver on vents. These black cables I'll dry brush later as well. I wish I used more rubble and such to give the idea of coming from an urban environment. Fine with what. Yeah, I mean I've seen like what you've done for the bases, and I think they look fine as is. I think the only thing I would suggest you try, because I'm not sure if you did, because it's hard to tell from the pictures, is once the Astro Granite's dried, go over the top of it with a dry brush of maybe like a lighter grey, just to give it some variation. See how that goes. Yeah, this is a different dude. These are my heavy intercessors. I think I might try that when I have not destroy the dry brush. I mean, any brush is a dry brush as long as it's not a normal painting brush, because like I've got loads of brushes that are knackered, and I'll use them either for dry brushing or I'll use them for, you know, putting down texture paint, things like that. Did miss it. Like the brush I'm using right now, it's not the best brush in the world for what I'm doing, because it's actually a bit of a knackered brush, but I can get the paint where I need to go, so fine. Multi-lights is driving me crazy. I'm gonna have to try and get a ring light. I'll try again with the ring light. If I can buy one that's not entirely made of cheap plastic and really crappy aluminium. Just falls to bits. Yeah. Did you ever figure out how you're gonna paint the banner? No, not yet. I've got the initial grey down on the guy, so I'm gonna do a second coat of grey on him. Then I'm gonna do all the orange. So far for the banner, we've had suggestions of either the armor's main color, which is grey, or do it red, how I have done some of my purity seals, just to make it different. So I'm kind of, it's up in the air what I'm going to decide for that one. I'm not 100% sure. I like the idea of it being red because I like red, but I also like the idea of it being the main armor color as well. And like when you look online, traditionally that's how it's done, but you don't have to follow what everybody else does, of course. Next gun. Grey. Metal thing. Actually. Ah. No, I didn't. That's fine. Knocking models all over the place. Would it be bad if it was a bold color? No, I don't think it'd be bad at all. If anything, it might be just a bit striking. So like the red would be quite a bold color, rather than it being like the standard armor color. Definitely make you stick out, that's for sure. fast on this one. There's a spot I've missed. I just want to make sure I've got some contrast on it.
Blood Angels Captain 1 just resubscribed for 27 months. Hello Commander Falcones.
Hello, Blood Angels. How you doing? Thank you for the tier 2 subscription for 27 months. It's a long time. It's a very long time. But hello, how are you doing? Happy Friday. Hey, it's the rave emote. Mentally preparing to see a new base location, a new house. Besides that, you're alright. Good. Glad you're doing good. And yeah, finding a new place can be a bit of a stressful one. Especially if you've like been living in the same place for most of your life. Suddenly trying to find somewhere else to live, it's like, oh no. Welcome back, sorry. We're just getting the first coat of metal on this guy. Hello, Breadsticks. How you doing, buddy? Happy Friday and welcome. I'm painting, but why not? My sister's fiance told on her mother to try stop them from moving. It can be stressful.
Breadsticks just resubscribed for 2 months. Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop indeed. Thank you for the 2-month subscription. Thank you, thank you. I hope your day is going well so far. What kind of breadsticks are you? A good question. Garlic and cheese with chili. Ooh. I've never actually tried it with chili before, but I've had garlic and cheese. I wonder if this command works. I'm going to check it again. And then if I do that, what does that do? That do anything? If I hold it, does something happen? Oh, There you go. Okay, I don't have to hold it. I wasn't playing a game, but I just thought I'd give him a shout out because it's fellow Vtuber. And he does things, or he will do things. So I'm incentivizing you all to go follow him. Soon, TM. Yeah, what is it you mainly plan on streaming? I take it you're gonna do minis, and maybe games too. Make the mouse so it doesn't pause the music. TTRPG stuff mostly, DM based, and game streams. Ooh, TTRPG. You've got me curious now. I wasn't actually in the know about that. So you're going to be a dungeon master goblin? I love D&D. I'm learning Pathfinder. Oh, I'm learning Pathfinder, and I have an idea to make a goblin-based TTRPG. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I've been learning Pathfinder the back end of last year and up to now through this year. Well, let's say learning. I was kind of hesitant about it, but my GM basically held our hands through character creation, which was really nice. Because there's so many options, it's like, what do I do? And then, yeah, we've just been slowly learning and having a good time. It's been fun. Still love D&D, though. Despite all the rumblings as of recent. That's not specifically the game's fault. That's outside game issues. Wary of 6th edition. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. That was way too much. I have a session tomorrow. Yeah, we've got a session tomorrow. That's going to be fun. You guys can still see. That's good. Yeah, 6th edition goes. Well, 6th edition, which is what they're calling 1D&D instead now, because they're not doing quote editions editions anymore. It's just going to be a one continuous game that's updated over time, and morph and evolve, because just played Pathfinder 2nd edition. Yeah, I mean, that's what we're doing. But no, I think they've done 1D&D the way they're doing it because they still want all the 5th edition's books to be compatible with it because of how popular 5th edition has been. and they don't just want those books to be null and void anymore. I mean, they're never going to be null and void because D&D can survive regardless of whether it gets a new edition or not. It just depends on the direction it's steered in, I suppose, and if people like it or not. Which apparently was why 4th edition was so short-lived, because nobody was buying it, so they had to jump straight to 5th edition quickly. From what I have been told. I could be speaking complete hogwash. No. Which, knowing me, could be likely. Let me just ice cream. Wait, you have ice cream? You scream ice cream, we all scream for ice cream. It's such an old saying. Hydrate. I'm doing that right now, good sir. Good. Chocolate ice cream. Can't go wrong with chocolate ice cream. I'll tell you what ice cream I've fallen in love with over the last 12 months is salted caramel ice cream. It's like another world. I love it. Focused enough. Down here. Where's my little door? This is. That's a bit better. Had a great fan theory about the Watchers in the Dark. Now is my headcanon. Ooh. For those of us in the class that maybe have no idea who the Watchers in the Dark are, I'm assuming it's Dark Angels related. But could you explain what they are? And then the fan theory, because so that's the little road guys who follow the Dark Angels theory says they think Dark Angels are just bigger versions. Dark Angels are just bigger versions of themselves because they've got the same robes. I don't have any to show you, Sayori. It's like these size dudes, and then it's like mini dudes half the size that are all in robes and hooded. And I think on both the new sculpt and the old sculpt, you can see an armored foot that's the same color as the Dark Angel's armor. Which I believe means they're like little armored guys. I'd like to believe that they're just Jawas in disguise, and they're just stealing all of the Dark Angel stuff while they're not looking. because I could see that happening. If you look at the Lion's new model, oh yeah, those guys. I've decided to stop being such a giant B-word and prime chapter master. Raldoran and Soltarvitz. I've not heard of Raldoran, but I have heard of Soltarvitz. Raldoron. Okay. Raldoron. Why is he on a door? Did he get stuck? Sorry. Couldn't help myself. He was chapter master of the Blood Angels during the Horus Heresy. Okay. And Soltarvitz is from the Emperor's Children? Is he? Sounds really familiar. Soltarvitz, loyalist from the Emperor's Children. Oh, we were just on about the chapter master of the Blood Angels during the Horus Heresy, how you say his name. That's over done. Get that. It's nice not having to be too careful with the silver right now. That's all I can say. I like when the model's still at a stage where you can still be a little messy with the paint. Did I have this? Just gonna play. Yep. Cool. Google's. Yes, those dudes. Soltarvitz technically saved Terra. Was he the one that went with that Death Guard on the book? I think the book's called Flight of the Einstein, something like that. Is it that? Is it a character from that book? Where, like, the Death Guard loyalist and the Sons of Horus loyalists escape back to Terra with the first Imperial Saint. And I think, is it Rogel Dawn or Ferrus Manus punches him in the chest and he flings him across the room, which was funny. Soltarvitz alerted the others about the drop site massacre, and that was Nathaniel Garrow who escaped. Yeah, that's it. I like that. Nathaniel Garrow is such an amazing character in the book. Rogel Dawn. Yeah. In the book, it's so funny because like I said, he punches him and he flies across the room, and I think he breaks a couple of ribs in the process. And then I think it's because of didn't locate. He escaped. Well, he was part of the drop site massacre, but he survived it. But I think he was like literally insane, wasn't he? He has possibly his final book coming up soon. Because I thought, didn't Garrow end up being the founder of? Wasn't he like one of the founding members of the Inquisition, or he was, or was he like the founding member of the Grey Knights or something like that? I can't remember what it was. It was something. No, he was offered to be a founding member of the Grey Knights and said no. Ah, that's what it was. Okay, I knew it had something to do with the Grey Knights. Silver on that guy. Cool. First coat of silver on 4. So we're going to switch over back to Bannerman. Bannerman. Try and get it. What? Just a little fiddly. So now we're going to get the second coat of grey on him, and then we'll start with the yellow. He's an outstanding individual. Makes me sad traitors forever. Right, I need to go change my water. So, we'll be right back. Should. A piece of paper. And just go, eh? Eh. 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 I do have a be right back screen, but I'm literally going to be gone like 30 seconds, so... Yeah, it's the most professionally done back screen. Be right back screen ever. I'm back. Yeah. I do have a proper one. I just don't want to put it on because I've got it set up. I can show you. Because I don't think you've seen it, breadsticks. That's my normal be right back screen, which is basically just the same as my starting soon screen. There we go. I just, for some reason, didn't want to press a button, so I decided to just squiggle on paper. You guys missed me. I was gone like 30 seconds. I was gone a long time. But don't worry, I'm here for at least another hour. It's live at the minute, actually. Check. Okay. Lit the rug on fire while you were gone. That does not surprise me whatsoever. It really doesn't. I think, like, the entire building would be on fire, given the chance. Let's carry on. Route number 2. Toasty place to paint mini. I mean, it's pretty toasty in the room I'm in, so yeah. Have you guys got anything planned for the weekend? Anything fun? Or is it just a wind down from the week for the most part? Work. Yeah, I used to work weekends. No rest for the wicked. What? Work and art? Both are good things. Cherry Blossom Festival to go to. Sorry, painting my nails. I can't type much at the minute. No worries, no worries. Cherry Blossom Festival sounds nice, though. Something I won't mind seeing myself, because it's apparently really nice. This is why sometimes I prefer painting mini sub-assembled, because it's just easy. Stop. I always sub-assembly. I did I did for these guys, which were my first 5 assault intercessors out of Indomitus. And I really enjoyed building those because you could get into like all the really hard places and things like that. But for the heavy intercessors, I kind of just wanted them built, so I just built them. And for the most part, it's actually been fine so far. But if I was to build miniatures again, which I've got some more, I'm definitely going to sub-assembly. Because it just makes your life so much easier. Well, it's a double-edged sword. It's easier to paint everything. You just have to paint everything when it's not put together. Which can be a bit of a bugger. Well, depends how you paint, really, I suppose. I think I'm like you, Johnny. I like to get every little bit of detail painted. So sub-assembling enables me to do that. Aha. I don't get everything, but I get enough. Yeah, it's like I've still got some Outriders to do. And I'm really hesitant to do them because they are sub-assembled and ready to go, but they're still such a bloody daunting thing to try and paint. And I'm still not like 100% on how I want the colours to be for them. Wait till you get to vehicles. Oh, don't remind me. I've got a Kratos to paint in these colours. And I also have... Let me just make sure this music is actually going to carry on playing. That's a different one. I want this one. Go. Yeah, I got myself a rhino. I'm still trying to figure out where I want the yellow to go on it. But I've also got a dozer blade for the bloody thing. So the yellow's going on the front. And that'll be for my normal marines. Firstborn, whatever you want to call them. Non-primaris. Non-primaris? Maris? Maris? Memoris. What's this message? Is... Okay. I got the Brutalis sometime, and I think I won't go get too many tanks or the like for. Yeah, like I think I've got 2 whirlwinds because I really like whirlwinds. They're a fun tip. and I like things that shoot missiles. Now, as far as tanks go, I'm probably not going to get too many. I definitely want a dedicated transport for my squads. Based. What? I'm based for liking whirlwinds. Whirlwinds get no love. Really? I love them. I think they're fantastic. I just like the idea of having like a line of whirlwinds at the back line, and they just go, right, shoot that area of the map and make things disappear, and it just happens. It's just such a fun concept. They got rough rules. It's amazing fun, but other armies like Death Guard do that better. Oh, really? I'm hoping 10th edition will help them out. Because we're getting general special rules back. You want to see some vehicles? I'll have to do some vehicles sometime on stream then. I just need to magnetize the Kratos. That's the reason I've not carried on building and painting that on stream. So I need to find the best way to magnetize it and then buy some magnets and get that all done. That will be one to do because I bought some Mechanica standard grey spray just so, well, literally just to prime that model, because I thought I am not hand painting a tank that big. I think 10th will help everyone. I think 10th will help everybody as well, because I think it will make the game more accessible, more fun, and not... It'll simplify, it'll streamline the game, but it won't make it more simple. So for those people that like crunchy rules, it's still going to be crunchy. And doing away with power for points, I'm a bit sad about that, because I like the power system, but I understand why a lot of people don't. But it's going back to points now. I remember when whirlwinds were more likely to hit your own dudes than the enemy. That's going back a while. That was a little bubble. Shouldn't play with my paint, but I am. Power gets weird. I mean, I just saw it as power is for casual players and points is for like more matched play and tournament play. And power's basically like for your narrative campaigns and things, which is what I was primarily interested in playing. Power didn't get updated with points was the issue. See, that I did not know. So I take it as the power creep happened with all the rule changes and stuff. Power didn't change, but the points did. So if you played points, you were playing with like pretty overpowered units. Since the sun's gone down, it's huge. Was more for Crusade because Crusade rules are, as someone running a Crusade, I both love and hate them. See, I want to do a Crusade campaign because it sounds so fun. I would be interested in why you both love and hate it though, because I would like to know why. I am hoping Crusade is going to survive into 10th edition myself. Even if it doesn't, there's nothing stopping me playing Crusade in 9th edition. Aha, gotcha. Quite see. Bit fiddly to what I'm doing, and oops, knocking the microphone. It's always a good one to do. Let's have a look. So it all sort of runs around our requisition points. Every match you complete, you get 1 requisition point, win or lose. You're supposed to use requisition point to buy things, specifically more supply limit. Yeah, because you can buy more supply limit or reinforce a unit or things like that, right? And like upgrade units, I think. Hold it, man. That's all the lower half on that off. Supply limit lets you add more units to your roster since you can only take up a certain power level. I didn't want my players to worry about that, and it affects how many matches. Problem is, you also use requisition points to buy other things, relics, command traits, etc., which you're supposed to add as soon as a unit comes in. So I had to control getting relics and the like, but that meant requisition points, since everyone just did everything right away because I wanted them to have up. Now people struggle to use with their requisition points. Okay. So it's supposed to be a way to help narratively build your army, but at the same time it's kind of limiting if you use it the way it's intended. done. Done. Alright, there's that inside bit of the arm. It all stacks on top of itself, and if you break one thing, it all falls apart. It's hard to explain. Yeah, I can imagine. I know the basics of the requisition system, but not a lot. Fortunately, never got a chance to play Infinite. I will someday. I've got the books. I'm bloody playing it. It is confirmed returning for 10th. Oh, that's fantastic. That was my main worry, that Crusade would just disappear with 10th edition. They've tried. They're adding that combat patrol game type, aren't they? Which is literally using the combat patrol boxes. Which I'm iffy on how I feel about that. But for people wanting to try new armies, I think it's going to be a nice way to just play the game. But I don't know. It also feels kind of limiting because you're supposed to play with what's in the box and nothing else. Painting over silver, then I wasn't. That isn't going to be balanced. Thousand Suns got the worst box you could give them. Well, apparently though, the Combat Patrol game type has been specifically balanced around all of the Boarding Patrol boxes. It's either... No, not the Boarding Patrol boxes. I think it's the Combat Patrol boxes. So, the game mode is specifically designed around all those models from the ground up, so I'm assuming it's going to play completely differently to how those miniatures normally play, I think. If I had to guess. Thousand Suns Combat Patrol is... oh, this is the one where it's just all demons, right? Instead of actual Thousand Suns. Because if it is, then I think I remember seeing that and being a bit disappointed. They aren't demons, beastmen, even worse. There's nothing wrong with beastmen itself. I like beastmen. I think they're pretty cool. I want Imperial beastmen. I think I was saying this in Saru server earlier today. Loyalist beastmen. Because it comes up in the banter chat in Darktide about serving with beastmen regiments, and it just sounds so cool. Like entire regiments of beastmen in the Astra Militarum. Sign me up, because it sounds cool to see. They aren't... the only thing I know of the Beastmen at the minute is the memes and art. There's memes about Beastmen? Why are they memed? What have they done? will hydrate, thank you. Have a look. Beastmen are, well, not good, but 1,000 sunbox should have a root at least. I think 1,000 on tabletop, they're just chaff. Ah. I'd love to run them as like a troop choice for Imperial Guard. I think that'd be really cool. I've got 4 Chaos Beastmen because I've got what do you call it? Blackstone Fortress, and this 4 comes in that box, and they're pretty nice. Are they any better in Age of Sigmar? Because I know they've got new kits and stuff recently, right? Get. So it's just the helmet I need to do. Zangors are still chaff in Age of Sigmar, but Beastmen are top tier. Oh, okay. Well, that's good news then. For Beastmen at least. Posture check. Yeah, I could do with a posture check actually, thank you. Let's have a look. Watch what you say about Beastmen, man. I'm a Beastman player in Warhammer Fantasy. They get insane mechanics. The FO of the opponent, throw a million guys at you who hit hard but die quickly and just keep spawning more. Okay. That just sounds fun to play. Still very more fancy. I've watched a few games, and yes, been very fun, very thematic, because they aren't like fighting you directly. Beastmen always lose those fights. That is coats of grey everywhere needs to be, which is good. So that's that. I'm still unsure on the banner color. I think it definitely needs to be something other than grey. I'm not sure. But though, let's start with the orange. So we've got Towlight Ochre next. This is a very old bottle, so I need a new one. Sooner rather than later, but I'm just waiting for things to come in stock so I can get it. So it's old. There's layers and layers of stuff. It's playing so badly. I genuinely think I would give one of my fingers just to play a single game. I'll play you that finger. Of course you would. Watch me as I play this man in Warhammer Fantasy and take his finger as my reward. Wow, this is drying fast. Dirty paint? I don't think you can get paint that's dirty. It's pretty much pre-thinned because I've left them. You play Warhammer Fantasy Battle. If you're asking me, Blood Angels, I do not. It's funny, I actually have the second edition box set with the Brentonians and I think it was Lizardmen. But I never actually got to play a game. But I've got the rule books and everything still. The models are a bit... They've not survived the years, unfortunately. I was asking Johnny, but you did. Yeah, well, I suppose I gave my answer to that. Yeah, you two could always play. It's hard for me to get games in just because I don't know people. And that's half the problem. But then I've never actually looked for gaming clubs in my area just to actually go play games, so there's that too. Find out if your local gaming store has a Discord. Should be able to find folks through that. Oh, that's not a bad idea. Never thought to just look on Discord. Or look to see if I have Discord. you can always play online with Tabletop Simulator. Yeah, that is true. I've tried it twice. It was okay. I think I had a less than optimal experience, but that was just because I actually had no idea how to play. I think it was 7th edition that I played a couple of games in there at the time. I think I played Sisters of Battle. I did Sisters of Battle, and then I think King played Space Marines and just took like a million lasguns, and that's about all I remember. And things just died. You can always play online using Theatre of the Mind. It will be 100% chaos. Rupert, you know that's not how it works for tabletop miniature games. My problem is that I want to play Dead Game. The game's never truly dead if it has a dedicated fan base, because look at Mordenheim, for example. Mordenheim actually has quite a strong fan base. There's been fan updates, fan expansions to it. I think they have like not a convention, but like a tournament thing every year at this same place, and where all Mordenheim players from around the world come and play the game. I mean, it's coming back. Yeah, Warhammer Fantasy's coming back. No one around here. You could always check, like what Johnny said, check your local friendly game store. And see if there's any players there. Or when Warhammer Fantasy comes out again, I'm sure there'll be plenty of people playing that. And then it's a new game that you can learn to play. So now it's going to be the old rule exactly as. People play it still at my. Oh, okay. Oh, I hear the music now. It was just quiet. Oh, is it too quiet for you? Turn it up a smidge. The last one was quieter than the others. The last one is a weird track because it's the track where Harris Heller. It's a video, and for the entire video, it's him eating a bowl of cereal while the music plays. And I have no idea why he decided that that would be a fun thing to do, but that's what he did. Too bad. Cereal is good. Yeah, cereal is pretty good. I start my day with cereal every day. I have the same thing every day. Just because I like it so much. Favorite cereal, everyone? For me, it's Weetabix. Yeah, that's a pretty straightforward one for me. That said, though, I do like Reese's Puffs. Cinnamon Life. I've not heard of that one. My goodness. Sort of gonna see it. No, I can't get to that. Not easily. No one's gonna look there, it's fine. Old people cereal my parents used to buy me. Why is it old people cereal? Nah, blood, don't be. Don't worry about it. People have the things they like and they don't like, so that's just a fact of life. I think as long as I can find someone to play the games that I'm interested in, I'll be happy, which I suppose is why you're not strictly happy, because you can't find that. I would like something chocolate or cinnamon, or something I can add sliced fruit to. Well, Weetabix you can add sliced fruit to. Like sometimes I'll mix in, with Weetabix I've mixed in jam, or I've mixed in a banana. And, you know, chopped up a banana and mix that in. You can mix peanut butter with it. Pretty nice. You can do all sorts of fun stuff. I suppose that's what you can do with oats as well. You can do the same. Brain is trying to see this. Annoying me. Brain is like, you can see this, and it's like, no, Brain, I can't. And neither can anybody else. So do you eat berries like strawberries? I'll eat strawberries, yes. But things like raspberries, blackberries, cranberries, I'm not really a fan of eating. I'll have raspberry jam, but I won't have raspberries. Because I'm weird. I mean, most people eat peanut butter over peanuts. To be fair, eating peanuts is a pain in the butt because you have to deshell them. It's like pistachios. If you don't have deshelled pistachio nuts, that's such a pain to eat because you've got to deshell them one by one. What's the best way I can tackle this? Sorry, trying to get this really annoying spot. And it's hard for you to see and for me to paint it at the same time. You don't have to, just painful to swallow. No, Johnny, no. You don't eat the shells. Not even elephants eat the shells. Okay, it's just coming together. You've done it. You madman. You actual madman. Why would you do that? Prove a point. I suppose that's a valid reason to do it. Second. That's like eating Starburst without removing the wrapper. And Starburst had like, was it like plastic or cellophane kind of wrapping? I think. Did that as a kid too. I think I have done that myself though. As a kid. Shoulder pad at the minute. I don't really think I've eaten wrappers off stuff. I don't eat plastic or paper. I only like to eat things that taste good. What about sugar paper? Because that is actually edible paper. Because I know some like chocolates and candies and things like that, they actually wrap them in sugar paper, which you can just eat. Correct me if I'm wrong, but is there rice paper as well? I like sugar paper. You can get one that looks like money. Oh, okay. Idea, get your D&D sheet on edible sugar paper. Don't tell anybody when the character dies, eat it. That's clever. Yeah, rice paper things is the sugar paper is nice sometimes. Alright, that's the shoulders, back, and his little hip armor jointy doodads. Just his legs to go, which are always going for me. Oh, and his Aquila, but I'll use a smaller brush than this. And I think for the banner, what I might do is do a poll and just ask people for some opinions on it on the Twitters. No, I've made some nice progress. I'm slow painting, but nothing wrong with that. But see if we can at least get a bit more done. I am gonna stop soonish. You're taking time to make everything nice, not like me who does one coat and done. You're the one thick coat guy instead of the two thin coats guy. One thin coat. I think the nice thing about painting miniatures on stream is while I take ages to paint, I've at least got somebody to talk to. Like, I'm talking to all of you guys and we're interacting and we're talking about a bunch of different topics and stuff. It's a lot more interesting than just having music or ambience on in the background. I suppose I could do audiobooks, but I've never actually listened to one. But I think I should just, if I know I'm gonna be painting during the day or something, I should literally just turn on my stream and just be like, yep, impromptu stream and painting. Hallway pop-up. Might as well. Made you start painting. Good. I want everybody to paint. Paint my armies for me. Ha ha ha. I don't know if I get somebody to paint an army for me though. While it takes a while, I do enjoy the process. But I think I'm a 50-50 split on whether I like painting more or whether I like building the minis for. More, not for. Paint along. Yeah, it's pretty much a paint along. I get a bit quiet when I'm very concentrated. But we'll at least get the leg done. doing too bad. Not too bad. I think I'm getting the hang of using these brushes now as well. Always good. I've not used them much, so this is me learning to use them properly. How many did you get done today? Fully finished, 0. But I've got 2 coats of grey on this guy. I'm doing the first coat of the orange now, and then I got the silver bits on 2 or 3 of these, I think. I've not done a lot, but it's plenty for me in one sitting. Just for the way I paint and the speed that I go at. Yeah, as many people have told me, and you can apply it to anything in life. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. You don't have to like bang out 20 models in one sitting, because you don't need to. If you're the kind of person that can, you know, power to you, honestly. I just know I can't. Some people just have really good work ethic and rhythm. Leg. That bit of detail I did. That's the other advantage of doing thin coats, is if you paint over something you don't want, you can quickly go back and rub it off with a bit of water on your brush. I couldn't either. I take breaks here and there when I'm doing things. Like I couldn't work on art for several hours at a time. I mean, I could probably do art for maybe a couple of hours, but I'd want like a break in between. I suppose this is technically art. ADHD is too crazy when I paint. As in, you can't sit around for too long doing one thing, or... I gotta get up and walk around or have videos or something. Ah, like that. See, for me, if I'm gonna put something on, it needs to be... It has to be ambience or white, you know, basically white noise. Because if I put a video on with people talking about topics and things, I'll usually put on something I actually want to listen to. And I find if I listen, it don't work. So I have to just put on blank noise or music. The nice thing about what I'm doing here on stream is I have the music, which is my white noise, and then I actually get on with things even though I'm chatting with you. So that's plus in my book. But I do tend to get up and walk around when I don't want to do something. That's what I find I do. I'll distract myself into submission. I have to listen to music if I'm going to sit and do art, or else I get distracted by other things. Yeah. Exactly it. Okay, we're almost done. I'm not going to do the Aquila today because it's just fiddly. It's like on those other 5 models that I showed earlier. I did all the orange on them. And then I think it took me 3 days to decide I wanted to do the Aquilas on them. Just because it's fiddly. Done with that's coat. Layer coat, same thing. Right, so just around the foot. And, oh, I forgot the knee on that side. Let's see if I can get... Never civic. Level 2. Got it. Oh, that's what it has. I have hydroated. Hydroated? And shin done. I think I've said now. I'm just like, oh, I'll just do this bit. Oh, I'll just do this other bit. I'll do this other leg. Workouts are good. I use Ring Fit for my workouts. Because, hey, I can play a game and actually do some sort of exercise at the same time, so why not? I also go walking as well, though, so it's that. Almost there. Last little bit. And then once it's all dry, I get to do it again. Ah ha ha. I said I was going to do sound clips of me doing funny voices, wasn't I? Definitely get that sorted at some stage. Yeah. They ask for ideas of what. Oh, right. I don't think I've done too bad. We've got the 2 coats of grey and the first coat of orange on this guy. I've just got the Aquila to put a coat on and then a second coat on all the orange. The gun needs the silver and then the red on top. And I need to do the eye lenses, edge highlights, silver on the power pack as well. And then I need to figure out what to do with the banner. But he's coming together actually quite nicely, so happy about that. Right, that said, I'm going to bring us back to that screen. Hopefully I appear. Oh, that was fun. Good progress. Yeah, honestly, I think I've made some really good progress. I think, you know, another stream or two, and I'll actually have all these minis finished. But obviously, I'm going to be working on them off stream as well. Oh, like what we've discussed, I may just do kind of impromptu painting streams, because why not? I'm wiping my palette. There we go. Let's have a look. Let me... Well, I need to switch back to this one, turn that off, to then go back to that one. There we go. I think it's off. We'll see. Let's have a look. Done with house hunting for the day. Awesome. I was just going to ask that. I think it's that'd be a good idea. Yeah, so anytime I do impromptu painting, I'm just going to do an impromptu... Sorry, whenever I paint, I'm going to do an impromptu stream, I think. That way, you guys can just chill and hang and see the progress that I make in general with things. Right, I need... go find somebody to raid. And I know exactly who I'm going to raid. We're going to go raid Kamichi VT, who has recently got an affiliate, I think about a month or two ago, which is very cool. So we're going to go say hello to her. She's currently playing, I think it's called Okami HD, so a video game. And I myself will be back Monday. Monday, we're going to try and kick off this little sci-fi setting thing that I've had in the works on my Discord server for a little while now. So that'll be Monday. And then I think Wednesday will be Infra, because I need to get that game finished. We are like right on the last chapter, and the game is literally cliffhanging us. So, there's that. But yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Infra, yes, Infra. There's my socials, Twitter and Discord. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will catch you all Monday. So from me, yeah, have a great weekend and goodbye for now. So bye guys. Bye.